There's a technique that I've learned in my yoga teacher training and in therapy called nonviolent communication. And I find it's really helpful, especially as a Black man, because one, you already have the label of Black. So some people have this preconceived notion about you based on the color of your skin. Then you come in as a man, and a man of stature where they're like, oof, man, like, again, you're just compiling these stereotypes onto one another. And then they feel that in their nervous system, whether it was even intentional or not, subconsciously, they believe you are posing a threat potentially. So nonviolent communication is the practice of observing, like stating something objective, stating your own feelings, then stating what you would like to see happen, and then presenting an opportunity for collaboration to say, how can we solve this issue? So an example of how I use that in my relationship is say, hey, baby, I realized that when you said to, go look for it on your own, I took that personally and I felt a bit uneasy. I felt, I began to get a little agitated. And what I would like for us to find a way to do is to maybe find a new way to communicate with one another so that I don't have that same reaction. Is there something that we can do together that we might come up with as a plan or a code word that might help you get your message across and me not take offense to it? So then I'm not pointing the blame at anybody. I'm just stating, this is what I'm observing. This is how it impacted me. This is what I would like to do. Can we come together to find a solution on that? Really helpful technique in avoiding conflict while still not being passive. You're being proactive. Hey, this already happened. It is what it is. Moving forward, how can we be better?
Yeah.
So nonviolent communication, if there's anything I can offer you and anybody else, it is that approach to communication, because it has saved so much time and energy between my partner and I, so that we don't have to bicker and argue, having conversations that are fueled by emotions. Rather than we can say, look, I see it now. I see my part in it. I'm holding myself accountable to what's taking place. I want to know, can you join me in accountability so that we can make sure that our relationship, our bond, our connection is a priority in this manner? If we have a shared vision, an end vision and goal, then let's both work toward that.
That is powerful. And I thank you for bringing that back to the surface, because I think, I think in my mind, when I'm doing that, I think I may skip the feeling. I go from the objective, what I would like, and I may skip needing to, or not, like making room for the fact that there was a feeling that happened because of what I'm naming. I'm naming this thing, but I'm not connecting it to a feeling. I think that gap in there can create some confusion on the person. Like, oh, it will be more like judgment because I'm not naming that. Here's what it's definitely what I experienced, but I'm not connecting it to a real. It's probably coming in some energy from my words, but it's not I'm not naming it. So if I leave that out, then I'm basically making room for the person either to not know how it affected me directly.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Oh, okay. All right. You're just pointing out some fact to me. Okay. But if I can name, okay, this created some tension, some frustration, some sadness. It created some worry. It created some, and I think that is,